All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome, Crypto FUD, and let's jump right into this. What is going on, Jay? Jay's first in the house. What's going on, brother? Said feeling excited for the rest of the week. Hell yeah. Amor, what's going on, brother? Gina, Larry, what is going on, guys and gals? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Happy Tuesday? Today Tuesday? Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a great day. Like I said, I'm a little off today. Today's a little bit wacky for me. If you guys are familiar where I live in Florida, and we are in the middle of having a major hurricane barreling down on us here in the next few days. So been kind of trying to prepare mentally, for all this stuff. We're not supposed to get a direct hit, but it's supposed to be coming really close to our area. And the last little tropical storm that came through actually did some massive damage. Those freaking fish swimming in my street. No lie. I actually went out and saved them because you guys know I love animals. All right, let's jump right into this, guys. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. So if you guys can tell from the thumbnail, basically we have currently broke above a key level here, guys. Now, are we going to hold it? That is the question here. And the key level that I do speak of is this key level that we've been talking about for the last probably 4 or 5 days since we've started to retest this area. This is our 200-day moving average for the daily, right? You guys can see we did break earlier around that 63,900 area. That was a big spot that we needed to break above. Now, the hard part is going to be us holding above that $64,000 area. But the fact that we are above it right now, take it in. I know what you're thinking, Crip, 64K, that's it. Bro, think about where we were at just a week ago. We were down at $52,000 and we're back up to 64K for Bitcoin, right? Alts, on the other hand, the last few days, the last few streams we've been covering, alts are doing absolutely amazing as well, right? So, I mean, the market has steadily been picking up. It has steadily been moving like we've kind of been predicting, and all things are pointing towards, continuation towards the upside. This was our next thing that we needed to check off the box as far as breaking above. Now we need to hold, right? And again, that's going to be around that 63,000 for right now. This is going to change as it is a moving average, so it will start to move up as the price is above it. But the 63,900 area is a spot that we had up until maybe yesterday, because we did break above. But if you guys can see, we couldn't hold above, right? And we have been testing this area multiple times now. The daily hasn't finished yet, right? This daily candle. But like I said, what we want to see is us find that support and break above and just really stay above this 63.9. That is just going to give us some bullish confidence in the market, letting us get that confirmation that we are finding that support and we are going to be moving towards the upside. So a very big spot right there. Another thing that I was telling you guys about was not only this red line, which is the 200-day moving average, but we want to break above this trend as well, right? This trend that we've kind of had. This is basically a big, broad, descending channel that we have as far as a bull flag. We want to see us break above this and hold above this. This is going to hopefully indicate some kind of a breakout, and hopefully this bull flag that we have basically been forming and we've been in for the last, I want to say, since March, obviously since we made all-time highs. So that would roughly be around 6 months we have been trading in this descending channel right here, or what I love to call a beautiful bull flag right here. I mean, this is as clear as day right here, this bull flag. Now, bull flags don't always play out, right? They don't always play out, but when they do, they are epic. They are absolutely epic. So hold on one second. My dog's doing something. All right. Sorry about that. My dog always likes to do stuff while I'm streaming. She's like begging me for food. I'm like, dude, hold on. Sheesh. But yeah, so it looks good though. Like I said, we're looking good. We still have some key areas, obviously, that we want to see. The biggest thing I think for right now is us holding above the 63,900. So with that being said, it does give us a little bit of room to fluctuate slightly, right? And I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You can see that, I mean, obviously, for right now, if we zoom in on the 30-minute, you can see somewhat of maybe a double top that has formed, right? Earlier today, was this today or this was yesterday? Yeah, this was yesterday. we broke above 64.7, which was awesome. And then obviously today we broke about 64.6, indicating some kind of a small double top right here. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be heading towards the downside, but you can see obviously we are hitting our head on this trend line as well, and we need to break above. So things are looking great, guys. They are looking good. You know, even if we retrace, we want to see that 63.9 hold. 63.9's got to hold, guys. Let me jump in this chat real quick. Ricky's in the house. What's going on? What's going on? Rodney, Art, what's going on, brother? Ordi, bro. Gina said, bless your heart. Oh, I'm like, what are you talking about? That's right, for the hurricane. Bro, go prepare then. No, we're good, bro. I'm prepared. Today's show is brought to you by Dragon's Milk. This is the red ale. We're prepared, bro. In Florida, let me let you guys know, when a storm is barreling down, you make sure you have water and you have alcohol, right? And you may, a little bit of food here and there, you know what I'm saying? But those are the key things that you want to make sure that you have during a storm. Amor said, Crip, what's your view on Ricky's prediction from the Discord? And Jasmy saying, do not forget about tomorrow. Tomorrow is by Wednesday for No Fud Koala. Let me see. So Amor's asking me, what's my prediction, or what's my opinion on Ricky's? Let's see here. What's your view on Ricky's? Let's see here. So he said we close the month red, then casually work our way up. The second week of October, we break trend. This last week of October, we explode. Then I get scared because I won't know what to do, as the election will cause volatility like we've never seen. Just a thought. I mean, it sounds pretty spot on. The only thing that me and Ricky we not disagree, but we have different opinions on is, remember, I'm still thinking that we're going to close September in the green. I do think that we're going to close September in the green for the most part. We do have about 6 days left of the month. So, I mean, hopefully we can continue this trend, like I said, and we can close September in the green. We are up about 6% for the month. That'll be an epic move right there. We covered yesterday the charts as far as, September, obviously, usually out of the last 11 months are usually closing the red, right? There's only been, I think 3. This year would be the 4th year, not in a row, but the 4th year out of 11 years of Bitcoin that it would close in the green, if it does close in the green, right? But other than the closing in the green, I do agree for the most part with Ricky as far as his time frame, as far as, maybe the first week, especially the last week, we see some really big movement of October. I personally do, and I do agree with him in regards to the election, maybe a little bit of volatility around the election, right? And then after, obviously, it's all said and done, I've already told you guys, I think Bitcoin, once the smoke clears, aka maybe a week goes by after the election, I think Bitcoin's just going to get back on track, right, on whatever it's doing, hopefully towards the upside, and we just continue to do what we're doing. Bitcoin is always going to prevail. You guys, we've covered this during the election years. Bitcoin actually does really well regardless of whoever gets elected, right? Bitcoin doesn't really care who the hell is getting elected in the United States, because let me give you a little secret about Bitcoin in the crypto market. It's worldwide. Just like Joe Biden, whenever he's whispering, it's worldwide. Right? So, I mean, it doesn't, obviously the states play a big part in crypto and stuff like that, but crypto is going to survive. It's going to continue regardless if the U.S., the states or whatever's going on in the states for the most part. So with the election, like I said, maybe a little volatility, but it's going to continue its movement after the smoke clears. So Daryl said, great. Is Harris loving crypto? You know what, bro? I really don't know. We've been trying to stay out of the political madness. We were getting in little scrimmages and on the chat and stuff like that. So, I was going down the rabbit hole for a few weeks, and I was like, you know what? I gotta just jump back out, because at the end of the day, I respect any of you guys as far as what your political views are, right? We might not all agree, right? But we all, in my opinion, I try to respect everybody's, political view. So we're not all going to agree whatsoever. So we try not to get into it, right? I always tell you guys that the couple things you don't bring to the dinner table, and that's going to be you don't bring religion, you don't bring money. Well, we talk about money on this show, right? We talk about money, so you can exit that, but we don't talk about religion and politics. We try not to, right? Because those are going to be always a sensitive subjects for a lot of people. Some people just can't take it and they get really emotional about it, right? And I don't want to, go through all that stuff. I'd rather just keep it crypto, and money related. So prestige worldwide. Amor said that Joe Biden whisper should be a meme, right? It's hilarious. Like I said, I think Joe, I have nothing against Joe. I think Joe, if he was at the dinner table on Thanksgiving, bro, would be probably the freaking funniest person in the world, just sitting there cracking jokes, right? Like, so funny. Daryl, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, bro. I do appreciate that. If you need anything, bro, let me know, man. Let me know, brother. I do appreciate the support on the channel. Jumping into the crypto bubbles that we have been staring at for the last 5 minutes while I'm talking about politics, right? You guys can see that for the most part, we're for the day, right? We have some solid movers, right? We do see some small projects. This Sheely down 17%, and then obviously Hex is down because Hex has been absolutely ripping, right? Absolutely ripping for the last week. I bet you if we go over to the week, Hex is still up 42% for the week, right? So, I mean, still a solid mover. Obviously, you're going to see some of these projects that have moved a big chunk. They're going to retrace somewhat, right? Doesn't mean that, things are, oh my God, it's going back down. No, it's just going to retrace. It's going to cool off. People are going to take profits. It is what it is. But for the most part, you guys can see for the daily, a lot of projects are doing great. Sui, ICP, up, Dog with Hat, Jupiter, ADA. What the hell is going on with ADA? ADA's up 8%, guys. That's when we're starting to get into altcoin season. ADA is starting to come alive again. I'm telling you, the last time ADA started to come alive and started to rip, this was back in 2021. I'm sure it's had some moves in between here and there, but when ADA started to rip in 2021, it started just ripping out of nowhere, and that was really like when we were in the beginning stages of a altcoin season, right? So I'm definitely happy about that. Daryl, again, brother, thank you so much for that $5 super chat, bro. I do appreciate that, man. More than you know, bro. I appreciate that. Jason said, I love that you keep politics out of the stream. Hell yeah, bro. I appreciate that. Ricky said, I had to go pick up Chinese food. Hope you read my last comment in the Discord. I did, bro. I did. What did you order? The big question that we're all wondering. Ricky, what did you order from your local Chinese place? What did you get? We're going to put a poll up, but I think most of the people in the Discord said you got the poo-poo plata is what you got, right? Just kidding. Daryl said, keep pumping out the content, sir. Bro, thank you so much for the kind words. I do appreciate that. And then Gina coming in here with the orders. Crip, can you check out when? She doesn't come in and say hello or anything like that. She just comes in and starts barking the orders. Crip, check out when. Just kidding. I'm just kidding with you, Gina. Ricky said he got chop suey and chicken wings. All right. I'm not real big on the local Chinese places anymore. I tell you, I don't know. I'd rather go over where I'm at. We have hibachi places. You can get to go hibachi. They're the same price because those Chinese places the prices have gone up so much. Used to go there and get like a pint of chicken and rice and stuff like that for like $5-10. Now it's like you leave there and you're paying $60 for like a few people. I'm like, bro, I'll just order some damn hibachi and get it to go, and it's the same price. And it comes with that white sauce. You know what I'm talking about? The yummy sauce or whatever it is. All right, so when is Win going to win? You guys get that? Play on words right there. When is Win going to win? So Gina loves Win. I'm a big supporter of Win. You know why? Because Win is a Solana based project, low market cap, $80 million, $79.5 million to be exact. And this is actually traded on some bigger exchanges like KuCoin, Kraken, Gate.io, BitGet, Mexi, Crypto.com. You have a lot of major exchanges, central exchanges that are holding on to this project, right? Not a lot of people know about WIN, or if they did, they forgot about it. And I think this is a sleeper right here. So Gina likes to bring this up, and we were talking about this on the stream. Obviously, these support resistance levels, it is broke above. Obviously, finding support at our level that we have, or we had at 75. Resistance was at 92. You can see it came up, hit its head a few times, broke above, and actually, Gina, if you can see this, very bullish. Look at this resistance level flipped into support. Look at this. Flipped into support. Found that support, few nice little candles on the daily too. These aren't just hourly, these are daily candles. And then you see this nice run up for WIN. So looks great. Again, like I said, a small cap project. I know we always talk about, you know, the majors like MILADY, Miro, stuff like that. But I think a lot of people forget, even myself, forget about projects like this. WIN. This is like an OG. And I say OG, it hasn't been out for too long. But for the last year, this was like kind of the OG Solana projects that kind of rolled out when Dog with Hat rolled out, when Miro rolled out, stuff like that. But this one right here got into the mainstreams, other than maybe getting on Binance, is on some major exchanges, but not too many people even cover it or talk about it. So definitely looks great. Tuan said Hibachi sounds fire right now, bro. Listen. If let me see here. Let's call some stuff out. If Miro hits $1, well, I don't know. Miro's got to hit a little bit more than $1. I was gonna say if Miro hits a certain price range, I'm not even BSing you guys. I will literally, if you're in the Discord, we'll figure out a flight where everybody can come down to Florida, and we'll do like a beach and hibachi day, guys. We'll do a Crip No FUD day down on the beach. Well, how does that sound? Miro's got to get to like $2 though for me to be able to fund all that. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll see. But for the most part, to get back to all seriousness here, guys, things, oh my gosh, looking at Miro's actually up almost 12% today. Nice move. You guys know I've been accumulating the hell out of Miro since we got down to some of these levels down here, and you guys can see WIN is up, and look at Miro. Miro's up as well. What's Solana doing right now? 149? Looking great. Solana right now, you guys can see Solana's been chopping around. Get rid of this drawing real quick. Solana's been chopping around. You guys can see in this channel for the last, it looks like for the last like 4 or 5 days, where it's basically found that support around the 141, but it's hitting its head at around the 150, right? So big spot right here. Obviously, we're at 149. We definitely want to see us break above this 150, 151 area. That's going to be a big spot. If we can break above and find that support, that's going to be a big area for Solana. I do believe if Solana can break above 150, we're going to see a nice breakout towards 162 or at least 167, probably getting close to that 170 area for Solana. And I do believe that if Solana can break above that 170 area, you'll see that it will break out of, and also a descending channel, almost like a big bull flag. This isn't as pretty as the Bitcoin's bull flag, but you guys can see same thing since March, right? We have been in a descending channel, right? We did see a slight breakout for Solana, but it was easily broke down, and you can see, look where we exactly bounced, right on the bottom of the channel, right? So you guys can see it. I mean, look at this. I mean, it literally respected this channel perfectly how we had it. We want to see this nice breakout. If we can see, like I said, if it breaks above 150, 151, we'll probably see a 162 to 167 Solana, which would indicate a nice little breakout. Hopefully that'll play out to where we could see this bull flag play. And I am telling you guys, mark my words, if we can see 171, we're probably going to be talking about a $200 Solana here probably in the next few weeks, as long as the markets kind of go with it, right? As long as Bitcoin is moving the way we want it, Solana is going to be breaking up towards $200. And guess what? What's going to follow behind that? No FUD Koala. No FUD Koala is going to rip as soon as we get up to those $200 plus areas. So I'm so happy that we've been finally seeing some of these people that, not us, but some of these people that have been holding on to No FUD Koala, they were slowly just draining their bags, right? And it's like, okay. But you know what? It was perfect timing, because now the market's about to start ripping. So now once we start, picking up that volume, we see a lot of inbounds coming in as far as in No FUD Koala. We are going to rip. Mark my words, we're going to be moving fast. So get ready, guys. Daryl said, fired up fire dancer. AI said, Chinese in Florida is a no-no. Haha, come to the Northeast. I bet, bro. My daughter went up to New York City, and she's like, Dad, the Chinese food up there is like actual really good. And I'm like, really? Bro, our Chinese food, I'm not dissing any. It's not bad if you're hungry, but it's just like, it's just nothing special, in my opinion. It really isn't. Like I said, I'd rather go and just get takeout or to go from some of these hibachi restaurants that are like, more expensive restaurants. They do to go. You can go get like chicken fried rice and stuff like that. They're not cooking in front of you, obviously, but you can get a big ass thing of fried rice and chicken for like $15-$20 that'll feed probably 2 people, right? So definitely not a bad deal in my opinion. So you guys keep talking about food, and I'm going to go down and go eat and have to cancel the show. I'm just kidding. So you guys can see fear and greed index. We haven't moved since yesterday, right? We haven't really moved since yesterday. We're still kind of in that 51 neutral area, which is perfectly fine, right? Like I said, we're going to know when it's time to start running like crazy. Right now, we're seeing some good movement, and we still have massive money that's still sitting on the sidelines, right? We still haven't really seen much as far as like that sideline billions of dollars that we know that are sitting there. A lot of investors, big time, small time, that are kind of just waiting the markets out, because you still have people out there, that are on. I stumble across the videos and they're like still calling for some massive, dump in the stock market and crypto. They don't want to believe that, we're going to be moving up, or that we're going to continue this move up. All in all, while all this is going on, you have the actual stock market still making all-time highs, right? Still going crazy. Tesla, 254 today, up another 2%, right? Netflix is up almost 2.5% at $722, right? Even gold continues to make all-time highs. Silver's been right behind it, killing it as well. It's like, I'm not saying that we're going to continue to move, and it's just going to always be, this euphoria upward movement. We're going to have days where we're down, and we're going to eventually get in, like I said, I think towards the second quarter of 2025, somewhere around that area, where we're going to start descending, and we're going to eventually get back into this bear market, right? But it's like, the bears, they never give up. The bears are never going to give up, and when we have bad days, they're going to be right there in your face, and they're going to be like, look, I told you, we're heading down. And then we continue to move up, and they're just like, they'll still just keep making videos like, well, yeah, we're doing good, but it's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be one. And they just keep waiting and waiting. Because you know what? What is that saying? A broken clock's right twice, 2 times a day, right? I know I messed that up, but you understand the gist, right? So they're just going to keep calling for these bears, this bear market. They're going to keep calling for this downward move, right? Until it actually comes, right? But in the meantime, we're going to get money, right? We're going to keep, just holding, having patience, wait until we really get to these top market or the top of the market, wait until these top market indicators really let us know, as far as like Bitcoin's dominance coming down, all coins going crazy, we're seeing maybe all-time highs in the whole crypto space as far as per market cap, stuff like that, fear and greed index, getting into the greed, getting into the extreme greed. Those are going to be all indicators that we monitor every day, but those are going to be indicators that we're going to be looking for, right? For us for it to at least give us, that kind of confidence, knowing that if we're not at the top, we're damn near it, or the top is getting close to, right? So to time the top of the market, there are going to be people, there always is, after the bear market is or the bull market's done. They're going to be like, I never forget Richard Hart back in 2021. Love him or hate him, right? The guy the guy that runs Hex. The guy, he basically called the top of the market. Literally called the top of the market on one of his lives, right? And he was saying, this is it. This is the top of the market. And everybody was like, nope, we're going to 100K. And it was like, it was crazy. He actually called the top of the market, right? So you're not going to, get lucky like that, all of us, but there will be a few small, a few people that actually will be able to time the market, or it's just perfect timing, in my opinion. I don't think it's really the fact that you're timing the market and well, this is it right here. My crystal ball told me. It's really just the fact that they go through all the same indicators that we go through, right? They're just able to, pinpoint it, to a T, to where this is where they indicate it's the top, and it ends up being the top, right? So. But it doesn't matter, because we're going to do that on the show. We're going to do that whenever we get close to the top. But let me tell you guys, we are nowhere near the top at all, in my opinion. In my opinion, we are nowhere near. We are in the cuffs of a major breakout is what I honestly think, right? And I'm literally just holding on to my positions. Like I told you guys yesterday, looking at a lot of my positions, I'm up like crazy. And someone was asking me yesterday, they were talking about, man, like they were, tempting to sell. And I was like, listen, I completely agree with you. Looking at some of my stuff on my portfolio, I'm up like crazy. And it's like, you look at it and you're like, crap, it's like this decision making time, right? You're like, you're up a big chunk, right? And you're like, do I sell now and hope that the market drops? Or do I, is this the time where, now I just need to freaking just hold and let everything play itself out? Me personally, I sat there for a while. I'm looking at my portfolio, on some of my projects. And I'm like, listen, you've been playing the market for a while. You did really well. You called a lot of the tops since March and stuff like that. You're able to accumulate a lot during these dips. Just let it play itself out, right? Let it play itself out. There's going to be one more epic run. So even if we do retrace a little bit right now or whatever the case is, you have plenty of dry powder on the side. You can just accumulate, right? And just wait for what is coming, right? And that's pretty much what my strategy is right now. That's my strategy for right now. And if anything changes, you guys know that I'll be very transparent. Obviously not financial advice, but just my opinion. I always like to tell you guys, when I'm selling and stuff like that. So not that you mimic what I'm doing, but you can kind of go with your stuff and see what do you think is going to happen, or what do you think you should be doing. Let's jump in. So I see that Larry's saying that this is a Trump bump. All right. Ayez said GRT to $20. Darrow said MicroStrategy rules. All right. He split MicroStrategy so Wall Street will add to the 401k. Hell yeah. Bro, listen. I'm a big believer in Michael Saylor. I do believe that guy is from another dimension, right? He's pretty freaking smart as far as just one day. And he, MicroStrategy bought in on Bitcoin relatively late. He was buying in towards 2021, right? Started to accumulate, but he literally moved all that company's assets all into Bitcoin, right? Because something dawned on him, and he knew what Bitcoin was about and what it's going to be as far as the future. And you can see, as far as that stock is doing really well, and as far as MicroStrategy holdings, they're up billions and billions of dollars from what they've been accumulating, right? So, and he just literally does the most simplest thing. He just buys and holds, right? He just buys and holds. That's literally what he's doing. He's just playing with a lot of money is the difference between, him and most of us, right? I say most of us because, believe it or not, don't let some of these people confuse you. They have a lot of money in the chat, all right? Don't let them confuse you. Sometimes, I'm not calling anyone out. They'll like hit me up and they're like, bro, is this enough? And I'm looking, I'm like, damn, bro, it's enough to buy 3 houses. Like, holy shit. All right, I wanted to jump in on this because I thought this was pretty important. And another thing too, guys, you guys remember like a week ago we covered the China thing, as far as China was going to be dropping stimulus on their economy. I do think that's another thing that's been playing out as well. I didn't see any more articles as of today, but you guys remember we covered this like a week ago. As far as the Chinese government going to be releasing, or maybe they have already, the stimulus checks or stimulus, as far as it was like $1.4 trillion into their economy, right? And remember, I was telling you that most likely not, a big, vast amount of that, but a chunk of that will probably see itself going into the crypto market. The reason why it's a little bit different from when the U.S. did stimulus versus China is crypto is a lot harder to accumulate over in China in regards to regulations and them not being so pro crypto, right? So what I was saying is that, and I didn't see any articles today, so I would love to kind of come with some concrete, evidence, but I was saying, this is based off of last week, was that, when they did drop their stimulus, that it was most likely going to be in their digital yuan, because they're able to track the money and where it's going, right? So we'll see how that goes, but I do think that's another thing. Chinese government is stimulating their economy, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's also helping as far as just a global, as a global aspect, and also risk on assets as well. Because believe it or not, the Chinese market, the Asian markets have a lot to do with the Western markets as well. So this was something I saw today. So it looks like Representatives grill Gensler and rogue SEC on crypto oversight. So all 5 SEC commissioners, included the crypto skeptic chair Gary Gensler, testified at a full congressional hearings where the agency was criticized for its scorching earth regulatory approach. And what scorching earth means, it's an old war term as far as just literally burning everything in the ground, just burning everything as you move, right? Instead of strategically attacking something or whatever, it's just the whole, just basically trying to destroy everything it comes across, right? That's the scorch earth approach, and that's what they're saying that Gary Gensler and his goons have been doing in crypto for the last 4 years. They've been basically just trying to come after anything, even if they know it's not going to stick. I've told you guys, they don't care. They have endless amount of money, right? They're going to just keep coming after stuff, even if it just puts a bad stain on crypto. That's what their goal, in my opinion, is as far as being, under Gary Gensler. So Gary Gensler, the chair of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, along with Commissioners Hester Pierce, Mark Yoeda, and Caroline Crenshaw, and Jamie Lazariga, appeared before members of the U.S. House Financial Service Committee to discuss crypto's oversight for the first time since 2019. Lawmakers criticized the SEC chair Gary Gensler and the watchdog over its aggressive enforcement and action strategy towards digital assets. Now, I do believe, I'm telling you guys, stuff like this can move the market, right? When you're seeing that Congress is now starting to turn on the SEC, and now the SEC is kind of defending itself in its home turf, you could see that could be nothing but a positive for the crypto space, right? And that could be another thing that's on top of everything else that's been going on. That's a plus for crypto right now. And I want to see here, there's a little video. Let's see if this guy cooks Gary. You guys think he's going to get cooked? I have not seen this. Let's find out. Sure, my volume's good. Let's find out here.
Today's hearing is to conduct oversight of the Securities and Exchange Commission based on recent actions taken by Chair Gensler and the majority. It's easy to forget the Securities and Exchange Commission is independent, led by a bipartisan commission. It's not solely run by the chair or a single agency head. That's why it's so critical for Congress and the American people to hear the diverse viewpoints of the full commission, which is why we have the full commission here today. Today, all 5 commissioners are testifying before our committee for the first time since 2019. A lot has changed since then in our markets, the broader economy, and at the SEC itself. Unfortunately, not for the better. Under Chair Gensler, the SEC has become a rogue agency. It routinely exploits its authority. Nothing could be running. The list goes of Congress to clear without the regulatory clarity and consumer protection.
Not going to cook them? All right. I thought the guy with the bow tie, the nice suit, was going to come out and just straight up just start sitting shots at Gary. Like, bro, do you think you're tough? You think you're tough? Come after Bitcoin again. You're going to see me out in the parking lot. I thought he was going to, and then take his bow tie off, and, and the lady behind him, like, no, Bill, no, I'm over it. Nope. Something like that. No, he was kept it civilized. Come on, man. I thought you were going to start cooking him, bro. So Gary Gensler, who often asserts the most cryptocurrencies are securities, and regular dissenters, Commissioner Pierce, were specifically questioned about the SEC's unclear language regarding blockchain-based virtual cryptocurrencies like Ethereum. Pierce stated that the agency has failed to provide regulatory clarity for crypto despite processing the tools to dispel confusion. She urged that using ambiguous language, such as suggesting that crypto tokens are inherently securities, has worsened the agency's ability to oversee markets. And you know what? That right there, guys, is what you want to see from these from what are these representatives? that are in the office or wherever the hell these people are. This is what you want to see them coming after SEC. And it's just clear that you guys can see that Gary Gensler and his goons have been nothing but, just trying to attack crypto, right? And it's like it's an old story, but it's something that if we don't get Gary out, it's going to be something that we're going to have to deal with for another 4 years, right? So, not going to go too much more into it, but I thought this was pretty cool. I was honestly expecting this guy, like I said, to go flip an ape shit, right? And I was hoping that the lady behind him was going to literally have to do that whole, like maybe they talked about the bit before they started. They were like, listen, Diane, I'm going to get all crazy. I want you to hold me back, right? Hold me back because I'm not trying to go and fight, but just hold me back, right? And I'm going to get all crazy, and make a show out of this. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. AI said the last run wasn't that huge. We ain't seen nothing yet. Okay. And jumping over to Twitter, guys, you guys can see pretty much the same thing that I said, right? That 63,900, really that 64 area, a big spot that we want to hold, right? You guys can see, basically, shout out to Crypto Rover. You can see that he's been blasting these charts out since we broke above there, and you guys can see that it's just basically, obviously we're looking at the 1 minute here, so it's going to look a little bit more dramatic. But I mean, these charts look absolutely fantastic, and this is what you want to see as far as us coming up. Now, looking at this chart right here, going all the way back to 2000 and basically 10, you guys can see we had the halving, or a 4-year cycle, and the 4-year cycle. And you guys can see every time we went through a halving, right, there was a threshold period of time where Bitcoin kind of moved about 10%, right? And it looks like it's happened every 4-year cycle. Maybe threshold, the time frame has been a little different, but you guys can see it's happened every time. And look where we're literally at right now, and what we're about to come out of is that basically that same threshold of out of the previous 4-year cycles before they all really went and made those next all-time highs and topped out of the market. And like I keep telling you guys, all indicators are pointing towards the upside for right now, right? Obviously, we know how fast things can change. Towards the up or towards the down. But for right now, we have gone from the market being scared in the last few weeks, last month or two, to the market really starting to build up that confidence. It's not going to be just an overnight thing, but the market is really starting to build up that confidence. And you can just see that it's the way things are starting to play out is we're going to see an epic end of this last quarter of 2024 going into 2025, right? And I've said this over and over, and I'm going to continue to say it, guys. We are going to see new all-time highs. In my opinion, we're going to see new all-time highs. How high is it going to go? We covered this in a poll yesterday in the stream, right? We saw some people talking about 100, 120, right? Somewhere around that area. Regardless of wherever Bitcoin goes, it's really going to be the time frame is what we're going to be looking at, right? Obviously, we want to see Bitcoin get as high as possible, but the time frame is also going to be very important, right? If Bitcoin is making, let's just say Bitcoin, we get into February of 2025 and Bitcoin is somewhere around 100K, I'm going to be telling you guys, even if it looks, so bullish and everybody's screaming to the moon, I'm going to be telling you guys, listen, from what we've been talking about, right? Things haven't changed. We're getting into that threshold where Bitcoin should have already topped out, or should be topped out, and we're probably going to start descending, right? I'm going to be the bearer of bad news, right? So hopefully when we're in that area, Bitcoin is well above 100, 120K, right? And obviously alts are doing absolutely crazy, but it's really going to be that time frame is really what I'm looking for, right? Obviously, we want to see Bitcoin get as high as possible, but really watching that time frame because I do believe that we have about 6 months left of this run, somewhere around there, before we start coming back down, slowly getting back into some kind of a bear market towards the end of 2025, going into 2026. Flip, what's going on, brother? Ricky said, I hope it goes 5 times higher than we expect. Just 5, bro? I'm going to up you. I hope we go 10 times higher than we expect, bro. I hope we go 10 times higher. Some of us got to buy houses and stuff. My light's really bright. There we go. And let's see here, just like I was talking about quarter four, basically October, November, December, you guys can see, shout out to Crypto Rover again, Bitcoin Q4 returns in green, September years, and you guys can see 2015, so 2015 September ended 2%, a little bit over 2%, 2015, right? Only to jump up the last quarter, right? These are 3 months all into one. This is October, November, December, running up 81% in 2015. Go 2016, which was an election year, 4-year cycle. September ended above 6%, and I'm going to pull up that chart here in a second as far as the monthlies or the quarterlies, but you can see September in 2016 ended 6%, and then you can see the following 3 months, October, November, December, ran up 58, almost 60%. And then you guys can see 2023, which was just last year, September ended almost 4%, with the end of the year running up 56.9%. So you guys can see that. And look at this. As of now, like I was telling you, right now, if we close the month right now, September would be ending at 6.49, almost 6.5%. Imagine what we're going to see at the last 3 months if everything goes expected, right? Flips in the house. What's going on, brother, with the big $20 super chat, bro? Appreciate that, brother. I know you were asking me this in the Discord. Amor, I see your question, or he was saying I'm full sending on Mog and MILADY. I got you, bro. Flips in the house. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. He said RBT and Billy charts, please. Aye, sir. RBT, let's see here. Is it Rabbit Coin or Robix? Because both of them are RBT. That's definitely not it. Let's see here. I'm guessing it's Ribbit. Oh, this is Solana DeFi. Yeah, Ribbit on Solana. I got you, brother. Oh, we've looked at this. Did you pull this up? Did you ask me about this before? Because we have some kind of a fib retracement here. I slightly remember talking about this. I wish I could go back and just do a sound, go back right now and just look to see what I said, because I remember you bringing this up, somebody bringing this up, and I remember saying that it was making lower highs, that it could be setting up for a big run. Now, this is a massive run, right? I know it's up 40%. I wonder what happened with this project, why it broke out like this, because this is a massive run for just out of nowhere, a project that was making lower highs and then kind of started just going, basically consolidating to the side, for it just to explode like this. I wonder if something happened with this project, like some kind of a big news or something like that. But regardless, it's been out for about 10 months, so this is an OG project. Regardless, market cap 17.5 million, liquidity at 1 million locked. Let me ask you this, Flip. Have you been holding since down here, or did you jump in at some point around here? Where's your price point? The reason why I'm asking is because I want to know. Same devs as WIF. Oh, okay. What's your price point at right now? Because the reason why I want to know is because I'm not saying that this is going to be a big pump and then a dump, but you can see we did run up and we almost basically hit our head at almost where we made all-time highs. It did break up above, a little bit below, but you can start to see this descending triangle, this retracement in the price for right now. You've been holding for over a year. Not over a year, because it says that the pair's been created for 10 months. It might feel like a year. But if you've been holding since maybe back here, you should be up like crazy. Well, regardless, the reason why I'm asking is because if you're in profits right now, obviously not financial advice Flip, but me personally, if this was me and I was holding some profits right now in this project, and I don't mean some, I mean if I was up, a big chunk, I would possibly, and this is just my opinion, right, Flip? I know you're going to do whatever you want to do, but I would possibly be just kind of keeping an eye on this, potentially looking to maybe jump out. And looking at pulling this 4-hour chart gives us a little bit more of an insight on what's going on here, right? You guys can see, obviously, there's a nice trend towards the upside, right? We have a beautiful trend, even though this looks sloppy as shit. You can see a nice trend towards the upside. You already know what I'm going to say, Flip. This is all-time highs. As long as it stays above the 236, I'm going to be bullish on the project, right? So the 38 right here, as long as it's staying above the 236, I would say that this has more juice ahead of it. If it breaks below the 236, I think that's where you're gonna need to start making decisions for yourself as far as should you jump out, right? For right now. Now, I know holding on to a project for over a year, it's hard to sell, right? You kind of get married to these projects when you're holding for so long, and it's hard to hit that sell button, even when you're up a 10x, right? So decision you're going to have to make breaks this 236 somewhere around this 38 to where if you do think that this is going to start retracing, do you think that the last line in the sand, which is going to be the 236, I believe, the 382, is the 382 going to be the last line in the sand as far as staying bullish, or do you think that you're going to have somewhat of a retrace because we have pumped so fast, so quick? That's going to be the couple things that I would really, you're going to need to figure out on your own, obviously. But for right now, as long as this stays above the 236, I do believe that this pump is not over with, and it probably will continue as long as it stays above this 38 level. So this could easily come down, bounce off the 236, this 38, and run up and make new all-time highs very easily, right? So don't get startled if you see somewhat of a retracement back down here. My thing would be if it starts to break below, right, and it looks like it's starting to hit its head on the 236, those are going to be indicators that you might start seeing somewhat of a retracement. And then obviously the line in the sand for me would be this the 382 at around the 30 mark. That would be, if it hits that area, I would already be looking to probably reposition myself, aka sell off, for now at least, and then maybe catch something if it comes down to retrace, maybe around the 618 area where it looks like it has some support. So Flip says, I don't think it would drop 90% and get to all-time highs and not go up. I agree with you, bro. I agree. That's what I'm saying. So for right now, I'm still going to be bullish with you. I'm just calling it like it is, bro. And if it does, like I said, if it breaks some of these key levels, I mean, you got to understand that, people are in it to make money, right? Even though it's kind of been consolidating for, the last few months, the last 6 months, it's really been just kind of going sideways and down. And then you see this massive pump. I see this all the time for projects, right? They'll come alive out of nowhere only to come right back down after a few days or a few weeks, right? So I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen to this project. I'm just saying that if you are up a big amount, I would keep an eye on that 236 level. That would be probably my area that if it breaks below, I'm most likely going to take profits and wait for a retracement to get back in on the project. That's what I would say, right? So, because the last thing you want to do, Flip, is be holding for so long. You're up right now, and then, in a few days, the project starts to retrace. I don't think it's going to come back down to these levels anytime soon, but even if you come back and retrace and come back and retest the 618, that's, if you come back down and retest the 618, that's a 50% move right there, right? So you could easily double your position if this is something you want to hold, for longer. You could use the same liquidity and basically double your position. So that's why I said, bro, it's up to you. I'm just giving you the key levels to keep an eye on, which are going to be the 236, right? That 38, and then the line in the sand is that 30-50 area. That's the line in the sand for this. So definitely bring it up tomorrow on tomorrow's stream. We'll definitely keep mapping it out. Obviously, now that I have the project, I'll put it on the watch list. And if anything, you can always hit me up on the Discord, right? Even if it's we're not live, I can always go through it as well. Put this, where's my damn watch list? I know I keep passing it. There it is. It's been officially added to the watch list, bro. All right, let's pull up Billy. Oh, a little cute doggy. This dog's got to be freaking fully grown by now. How old is this project? 3 months. He's still a little pup. If he was a puppy when they dropped, right? So a couple things on Billy. A couple things here. So you guys can see, obviously, since we've been mapping Billy out, had an explosive move towards the upside, right? And then we saw a nice retracement towards the down. We mapped out a lot of these key levels, or a few key levels as far as resistance and support, and you can see it bounced cleanly, off this support level at the 15. You can see 1, maybe 2, 3 times, came down, almost bounced again, and then finally started to move up. But what's awesome about Billy is that you can see this was a resistance right here, right? You can see it was hitting its head, right? Couldn't even make it up there. Came up, broke above, came back down, right? But now look at this level that was resistance. It came back and retested the area, and it looks like for now it has found some support somewhere around that 3.7 area, 3.7 cents area. So for Billy, I will say that Billy is still doing relatively good. Volume 5.4 million for the daily. Market cap 44.9, almost 45 million, and liquidity at $2.7 million locked liquidity. The project still looks solid. I will say this project, even though we saw a lot of movement towards the downside, you can see just with that volume alone, this project is here to stay. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Billy is probably added, if it hasn't already. We can actually confirm, if it's not already, added to some kind of some central exchanges. Because, I mean, the volume's been doing fairly well. I mean, if you look it up on here, it says volumes is at 17 million, right? Obviously, when you're looking at here, this is just for radium. Just for radium, it's done 5.4 million, right? So let me look down here and see. All right, so it is on Gate.io, Mexi, BitGet, Bitmart. So it is on those like mid-tier central exchanges. If this thing can get on to some kind of like a KuCoin, Crypto.com, I'm surprised they haven't dropped this project yet, but I'm sure it's getting close to it, because if you really think about it, volume for Billy right now, 17 million. I can pull up probably like MILADY, which I love MILADY. I'm not dissing MILADY, but look at the volume for MILADY. Under $4 million, and this is on KuCoin and Crypto.com, and all the, some of these bigger central exchanges. So the point of what I'm getting at is I wouldn't be surprised if Billy is setting up to maybe get dropped on some kind of a bigger exchange. And if that does happen, you're probably going to see Billy freaking shoot up like crazy. Because, I mean, market cap at the end of the day, only $40 million is relatively low. So definitely looking great as far as finding support. I know you didn't want to hear this, Flip, because I know you were telling me that you wanted to, didn't you say you wanted to move out on Billy? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I mean, I just, like, the other project that's up like crazy, I would keep an eye on it, right? I would keep an eye on it because you're up. You might want to take some profits. You do what you got to do, right? I'm just giving you those key levels. For Billy has retraced like crazy, right? But just the volume is sticking out to me that there's a lot of interest in this project, and it hasn't even really been dropped on any major exchanges yet. So I'm thinking this project, you could see some potentially big moves for Billy. Bigger moves than we've even seen yet, right? These moves seemed epic when they were happening. Imagine if this damn thing gets dropped on, Crypto.com and KuCoin and stuff like that in the next few months. You could see a mass influx of volume coming in on this project. So good luck with that, Flip. But I do think if you guys ever want to stumble across some really good projects, hit up Flip, because this guy every freaking time comes through, and like he pulls up projects. He's like, yo, Crip, check out this project after it already exploded like 300%. He doesn't tell you beforehand, right? This guy will always pull up these projects or stumble across these projects, and I'm like, bro, where the hell did you see this project at, man? And I'm like, good God, it's up like 140% in the last week. So flips your guy if you're looking for those little hidden gems. Thank you again, brother, for that $20 super chat, bro. I do appreciate that. Ricky said, awesome TA, bro. Billy's definitely a buy. I think so as well, especially finding that support at that level. Definitely looks good. C Long Acre, what's going on, brother? He said, mad on Solana. I'll pull it up, brother. I'll pull it up for you. Crip, no problem, bro. Thank you so much again for the $20 super chat, bro. I do appreciate that. Amor said, I have this 6 cents that Mog and Milady are listing on Binance once this next run happens. There is a reason all these big hitters haven't sold and keep accumulating. I agree. Bro, Milady better get listed on Binance. That's all I'm going to say, right? Milady better. She's put in the work. But you know what I always tell you guys, what I've been telling you from the get for Milady, that's the only thing that's really holding Milady back is the freaking volume, right? Going back to Billy right here, right? Billy has $5 million plus in volume on just this DEX right here. Just on this DEX of Radium. On everything else, it's already done almost $20 million for daily volume. Milady has done under $4 million for the day, right? I'm not saying that's like it's all over. I'm just saying Milady needs to step up the volume. That's what's going to entice Binance to add them onto their exchange. You know that these, and I've said this is something I always said back before when everybody was screaming Binance for Milady, was that, you know, Binance is only going to list these projects that are having good volume because they make money off of transactions. If they see some of these projects that have potential but the volume's low, they might be, you know, maybe they have plans to drop it, but they're not going to drop it until the volume gets to certain levels and it stays consistent, right? So that's what we want to see for Milady. Now Mog, I don't think Mog has that problem. I think Mog, you know, for right now has been doing relatively well as far as volume. So C Long, I'm gonna call you C Long, bro. No Diddy on that one. C Long, what's going on, brother? Excuse me. So Mr. C Long, hold on, C Long, bro. That's, oh hell no, I'm calling you Acre, bro. You guys get that? C Long. Oh man, he got me. He's probably sitting at home cracking up right now. Like, got him. I'm calling you Acre for now, bro. All right, so he wanted to pull up this MAD project. So I mean, doesn't look bad. Obviously, $10 million market cap, liquidity $500,000. Nothing too crazy. It's definitely decent. Locked in liquidity. Been out for about 2 months, going into that kind of same thing that what a lot of these Solana projects go for, right? Or go into where they have this initial run up. A lot of people will take their profits, and then it kind of does this consolidation, right? And this is where a project is either made or dies, right? As far as where it goes, because you're going to see the hype kind of die out, right? You know, it's not on the #1 trending on the deck screener. You know, it's not a brand new project, so it's not getting those newbie gains or anything like that. So you're going to see it kind of go into this, like when it gets to that 3rd month area where it's going to start consolidating to the side, right? This is where you're going to be waiting to see if this is going to see another explosion. So where you're at right now, it looks like it's been holding that support at the 786, around that 50s and 91. So that is definitely good. It's not breaking down to some of these lower levels that it's seen when it first initially dropped. So hopefully you can hold that 786, right? Somewhere around that 92 area. Hold it as some support, and you want to keep retesting the 618. 618's going to be around that 15, almost 16 area. You can see it's basically when it made this double top, it came up and it didn't hit exactly, but it pretty much almost hit that 618 twice before getting rejected and finding that support around the 786. So definitely want to see the 786 hold, right? And if this is something long term for you, 786 or below, in my opinion, would be a solid spot to just accumulate, you know, this project if you're long term, right? So it's really going to be based on if it can survive, this next kind of time frame that it's going through in the next few weeks, maybe next month or two, as far as just staying relevant and keeping that volume up, right? That's pretty much what it is. But if you want, you could always come back. We can always keep an eye on this project. But like I said, 786 at around that 93 area. Is that 93? Yeah, 92 area. We definitely want to see it hold, right? And then, like I said, we want to keep retesting the 618 at around the 16 area. And then if it breaks above that, we'll start talking about the next big spot for some resistance. You can see the 0.5, where it's pretty much cannot break above in the last few weeks. Is this, yeah, last few weeks, maybe last month when it was retesting that. So, but good luck with that, brother. It doesn't look like a bad project at all. Maybe some good times to be accumulating right now while it is down. Flip said, W dog, please. Look. All right, guys. Now keep an eye on. He's throwing some stuff out. Keep an eye out on it. I'm telling you. We're going to circle back around this project. It's going to be up freaking 3,000% in the next few days. Keep an eye on it. I'm telling you, keep an eye on Flip. So, W Dog. We haven't, I remember this project. We haven't looked at it in some time. It's been out for a month. It feels like we looked at this like 6 months ago. All right. So, I mean, this project not looking bad. It's kind of almost the same thing with Billy, right? Market cap relatively, for a DeFi project not looking bad. 22.6 million. Liquidity 1.3 million locked. And then you have volume, right? Volume is a big thing for these big projects. You want to make sure, right? If you have a project that's at like multi-millions of dollars, right? And the volume is like $10,000, you got to keep an eye on that, because it could be indicators that, maybe the excitement is not dead, but maybe it's dulled down, right? But when you're looking at some of these, like this project, $22 million, and it's still bringing in daily volume of $3+ million, this project's still relatively, relevant right now, right? So a couple of things that I will point out on this project, right, is obviously you can see a nice little upward trend that we've had. You can see Flip, where did it hit its head at? That 236 is exactly where it hit its head at. A little bit below, but a little bit like a hair above, but somewhere around this 2.3 cent mark is where it pretty much has hit its head as of now. So definitely giving you indicators that it is doing great, but I don't know if it's ready to break out yet. So it's probably going to need to retest this 236 level a few times before it can start breaking out, if that's something that it's about to be doing. So if I was looking sidelines for this project, maybe to jump in, this is W Dog on Solana. I would probably keep an eye out at below the 382 or below, right? Because you can see the 0.5 as of now. Look at this W pattern that it formed. It found that double bottom, beautiful support at around the 0.5, and then you saw that big explosion and move, but hitting its head at the 236, giving us basically that confirmation that it's not ready to run up just yet to make all-time highs. So you might have some time to maybe jump in on this. Like I said, have patience if you haven't already. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Anything below the 382 or below, even if you can maybe get some success somewhere around this 0.5 at around the 1.5 cent mark, that would probably be a good area to start accumulating on this project. Then obviously the 618 is a beautiful spot. You can see it also had a lot of support at that area as well. So, but I don't think if this is going to stay bullish, a drop down to the 618 would take it out of its bullishness, right? So you definitely, if it drops down to 618, I would maybe, I don't know, I would be cautious as far as jumping in. But as long as it can stay above and keep retesting this the 236, staying around this 382, definitely still bullish in my opinion. We might be talking about some all-time highs with this project, right? Because it's really not that far away once it breaks above the 236. So, what's going on, brother? What is going on? Guys, real quick, make sure you guys slap those likes. We've been doing really well. Make sure you guys hit those likes. We've been doing very well on that, so I do appreciate that. The channel has been getting a lot of support, and I do appreciate each and every one of you guys. I really do. We've been picking back up. I told you guys, once this market starts picking back up, not only will the channel pick back up, but No FUD Koala on Solana is going to pick back up. We're going to come back. We're going to come after everybody that hated on us. Just kidding. We're a family project. We're up 0.3% right now. We'll take it. 0.3% right now. We'll take it. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. We got something cooking, and that volume's going to start spiking like crazy. Don't worry. Mark my words. Flip, I appreciate you, brother. Old said slapped. Who? Oh, okay. I was like, who just slapped, bro? That's right. Old said he slapped that like button like it owed him money. Well, let's get back into these charts here because I'm going to let you guys go here in a minute. I will tell you guys, hold on. Bitcoin's running. Bitcoin's running right now, guys. We are looking good. Let me see if we have anything as far as... Holy crap. No, that's... Wait, hold on. The Jerome Powell speaks on the 26th. Did you guys know about this? Jerome Powell speaks on the 26th. I did not know about this. Sometimes this is incorrect, but it's saying that Jerome Powell is going to be talking on the 26th, which is basically going to be Thursday, I believe, right? Yeah, Thursday the 26th. So that's something we're going to keep an eye on, right? Because obviously the markets might fluctuate a little bit. Hopefully he comes out pretty dovish in regards to whatever he's going to be talking about. Obviously it's going to be about the economy and inflation and interest rates. So, but you guys can see right now at the top, Bitcoin right now is breaking out right now. Look at this. Bitcoin's not, look at this, guys. She's looking good. 64,600 right now. Not looking bad at all. And then we have the GDP coming out the same day on the 26th. Right now, previous 1.4 growth. We're looking to forecast 3% for the quarterly, quarter over quarter for our GDP growth. That's basically how much the economy's grown in the last quarter, right? So could be some good things coming out in the next few days, guys. That might be another thing that's pumping this market right now. Look at the crypto FUD effect, guys. This is on the daily too. This is on the daily. Let's pull up the freaking 5 minute just to kind of... Hold on. You got to get dramatic with this. Got to get dramatic. Look at that candle. Bitcoin's running right now, guys. The daily actually looked more bullish. Believe it or not. Daily looks better because you can kind of see, you know, this beautiful run that we've had since we local bottom at 52. Just this massive run. Like I said, guys, we did break above the beginning of the stream. We talked about this. We broke above the 200-day, right? Obviously, when we do retrace somewhat, we're going to want to hold that support level. That support level for right now is going to be around that 63,009. We'll just call it 64K, right? We want to hold that 64K level as support. So if we do retrace, right, we're getting a nice buffer zone. If we do retrace, the 64,000 level is where we want to kind of hold. Hopefully we find that as some support, and it just basically just ramps us and gets us ready, setting up for this next big run. 26, I'm glad we stumbled across it. Jerome Powell is going to be talking. It's going to be midday, so we're not going to stream, but we will stream after. And then we have the GDP that's going to be dropping actually in the morning on Thursday. We might do a morning stream, so I will let you guys know if we do that as well. So, but other than that, guys, things look great, guys. It feels great, right? The market's picked back up. Like I told you guys, we need to go through those bad times for you to appreciate when Bitcoin starts running again, right? If Bitcoin just ran every day, obviously we would be making money, but you wouldn't appreciate it, right? You got to go through some of these hard times for you to really appreciate when we are running and we're having good days in crypto. So I hope you guys do enjoy it, right? I hope all you guys' portfolios are in the green right now, and you're just kind of just waiting for those comments to just continue to keep adding up. So, but other than that, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I thank you guys so much for another beautiful stream. Shout out to everybody that hit that like button. Shout out to everybody that brought in those super chats. I do appreciate that more than you guys know. Supporting the channel keeps me motivated, keeps me coming back here every day through the thick and through the thin when we're having bad days and we're having good days. So with that being said, guys, I thank you so much for everything. You guys have a fantastic day, and I will see each and every one of you guys tomorrow. All right, guys?